Hi there, welcome to the Coaches Show on Hornet Radio. Ryan Osborne, joined by Caleb Ramos. It's a little bit different for the Coaches Show this day. We're going to be giving you profiles of two players from the men's basketball program who've had a big time impact on Fullerton College. Caleb, you got to talk to JD just a few moments
Yeah.
ago. This is a program for Fullerton that has had a lot of success. But before we get to your interview with JD, we are going to remind you that coming up, we have these profiles. We also have an update from men's basketball, women's basketball, and more right here on the Coaches Show.
We're sitting here with Justin Davis, aka JD, freshman or sophomore guard for the Fullerton College Hornets team. JD, amazing season for both you individually and the team. Second in the state and Defensive Player of the Year for you personally. What are your thoughts on how the season went?
Yes, sir. I feel like it went as good as it could go. We made it all the way to the end. We just came up a little short, but definitely feel like it was a success overall, 100%.
Obviously, I just mentioned DPOY for you, amazing defender. What's your kind of mentality to go into each game and do the best you can do with that?
Like ever since I was young, I just feel like defense was just my bread and butter. It's how I got on the court, how I scored, honestly. So I just took that with me when I came here to Fullerton. Just try to be the best defender I could be.
How did you end up here at Fullerton College?
Actually, my AAU coach, Rich Prospero, he brought me up here. He's known Perry for a long time, and yeah, he just thought it was a good idea for me to come up here. I played, met Perry, met the guys, and I just fell in love.
Um, you mentioned your defense and how that kind of your mentality of that's how you score. In high school, you have two different scoring records at your two high schools. 39 points for a most points in a game, and then 26 points for most points in a quarter. Which one do you kind of like cherish more?
Probably the 39 points because we actually won that game. 26 points we actually lost, so yeah, I'll definitely take the win over that L for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
Um, what was your favorite memory here being like a Hornet?
Favorite memory, I'll say just the whole thing, the whole journey. I talked to Perry. He says a lot. It's not about like the destination. It's more about the journey. I built so many bonds, brotherhoods with these guys over these 3 years, and I feel like that's just the greatest memories. These relationships I got with these guys.
Speaking of kind of your relationship with your other teammates, if you were to go say into a 2-on-2 tournament with your entire team, who's one player you want by your side?
One player, I would have to take Big Joe. Big Joe,
Yeah.
he's Big Joe. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, yeah, I'll take Big Joe for sure.
Um, I noticed when I was looking at your player profile, you want to be an NBA agent when you kind of get out of here. What was kind of your thought process behind that, your inspiration behind wanting to be a sports agent?
Really, just staying closer to the game, even when I'm done playing. And also just like having those relationships with the players is something that I cherish now. So I definitely want to continue on with that. Definitely helping people out that way for sure.
You had over or almost 1,000 minutes played on this season, and you were the only player to start and play in all 34 games for the team. How do you maintain that level of consistency and availability?
It's really just conditioning. For like Perry says, your best availability is your like how dependable you are, how much you're able to be on the court. That's very important. He preaches that a lot, so I definitely take that to heart. Try to play as much as I can. Try to help the team as many ways as I can for sure.
You mentioned your head coach, Perry Webster, a couple of times during this. What's the best piece of advice you've gotten from him since you've been here?
I would say definitely just life. Life is bigger than basketball for one. Like obviously you got scoring, you got defending, all those great things, but outside of that, like you got real life that hits you, and you just gotta take that same way you take basketball challenges, just fight through. Same thing.
Do you have any advice for maybe a high schooler or junior college transfer looking to come here, potentially play for Coach Webster and the Hornets?
I would definitely say it's definitely not easy, 100%, but it's for
Yeah.
sure worth it, 100%. He gonna take you through the mud, all that, but it's only for you to get better as a man, as a person, and of course as a basketball player. And I would say the country just helped me out each and every day, getting us right, making sure we're hitting our targets instead of passing it to the other team. I would say.
Do you have kind of like a favorite drill in practice that you guys always used to go through, or?
We would do full court 101. We would do
Ooh.
that. It's probably not the funnest drill or the more fun drill, but it definitely is one of my favorites for sure.
Um, Also, going back to your player profile, you mentioned music and fashion as kind of like your hobbies outside of basketball. What
Yes, sir.
what kind of music do you listen to?
I pretty much listen to anything. That's why it's like such a big hobby for me.
Right, right.
Turn on anything. If it sounds good, I'll like it. It's the type of person I am.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it,
Yes, sir.
and wish you luck on all of your future endeavors.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
We want to welcome you back to the Coaches Show. Right now, we're being joined by Addy G'Bye of the Fullerton College men's basketball program. Addy, before we even get to Fullerton College basketball, I want to go back to your high school days. You started getting known as a prolific three-point shooter back at Capo Valley. What really gave you that opportunity to become a specialist at that time?
Um, Definitely the belief in my coaches, in me, just having that gave me the confidence that I needed. And then ever since I was a kid, I've just always been, a shooter. So just carrying that on to the next thing.
A lot of people talk about the shooting stroke when you're a kid. It's really tough if you're really little trying to get a longer 2-point shot or a 3-point shot going. You start to develop a weird form because you're just trying to huck the ball. But yours is more of a natural progression when you're going into your shooting form. How'd you develop that?
Um, like I said, I think it came naturally as a kid. I was just always shooting the ball, and the ball was always going in. So yeah, that was the thing. That always gave me confidence, and yeah, I was just a natural shooter.
Earlier in your high school career, you get a CIF championship in your section. What was that season like, and did you already have that feeling that it was going to be a special year?
I definitely had a feeling it was going to be a special year, but I wasn't really playing. I was just kind of being the observer. And so seeing that was definitely a good experience in my eyes and gave me a good example of what I need to be doing for the next year. And yeah.
You go to a prep school to prepare yourself for going to the next level. What goes into that type of decision?
Um, just um, knowing knowing what I can do to better improve myself. I thought that would be the best decision for me. Um, But at the end of the day, I don't think it was the best decision. I should have went JUCO and maybe redshirted at a JUCO. But it was a decision I made, and it kind of helped me to become the man I am today.
You mentioned that a lot of times, especially here at community college, here at Fullerton College especially, we talk to athletes and they say, hey, you know what? This year may not have been the right decision for me going forward, or maybe I just needed to see what other options there were. You find yourself with the opportunity to go to Fullerton College. How did the communication start to get to yourself becoming a Hornet?
Well, the assistant coach Devin, he saw me at his camp he runs in the summertime, and he liked the way I played and wanted me to go to Fullerton. So I kind of made that decision of coming here, and it just felt like the best fit to come here, and yeah, I just fell in love with it.
You mentioned the best fit to come here. Now, just a few moments ago, we talked to JD. He said defense was already a natural part of his playing program as he was coming up to Fullerton College. We know Perry Webster is a defense first guy, and then he has specific roles to fill on the offensive side of the floor. How did you find yourself fitting into that system?
Um, I just knew I would be able to put in the work that I needed to do to be a player here at Fullerton. So whatever I needed to do to listen to the coaches or whatever, I knew I was going to lock into that and do the best I can.
Your first year, redshirt year with Fullerton College, you get to see this program go and win a state championship. Then your next year, you get the opportunity to be on the floor with these very same Hornets. What did sitting out that very first year, but being around with the guys, being at practice with everyone, studying with them, what was that experience like going from that to being able to play yourself and turn into a leader?
Yeah, for sure. I think that definitely helped. It definitely helped set a good example in my eyes for what needs to be done here at Fullerton, and definitely helped me with more confidence. Just seeing how those guys played and helped me to portray what how I should be playing at this school too.
You come here to Fullerton College. One thing that Perry always tells us is yes, he loves his players to be defensively sound. Yes, he loves to see them scoring points. He loves to see you guys get wins. But he always starts off what he talks to us about with the study hall, how you guys keep yourself accountable. How did you go from being the one who was learning about this program and being held accountable to doing that same thing with guys who are underclassmen?
Um, I think it's just understanding that the coach really wants the best for you for the guys, and just knowing that you just got to lock into the things that he's saying and help the guys around you and stuff.
Now, I was looking at your player bio. One thing that Caleb was mentioning when it came to JD, he's into fashion, he's into music. I saw golf on your
Yes,
profile.
sir.
How do you pick that up, and what benefits does it give you mentally?
Well, my dad was uh, playing. My dad has been playing, and then ever since a kid, I just kind of picked it up while he was playing. So, and I just found that it was a fun sport. It's a very tough mental sport, but it was definitely fun. So, um, yeah, that's something I picked up and thought, it was a good little hobby to pick up for sure.
Obviously, being able to see underclassmen coming in, looking at Fullerton College possibly as a place that they could play. If you could look at one person coming up from high school thinking about Fullerton College as maybe that place that they want to play at, what would you tell them?
Yeah, something like JD said, it's not going to be easy for sure. You're going to get yelled at. You're going to go through some things, but you just got to keep working, keep grinding, and no matter what the coach is telling you, you just got to put that to the back of your head and just keep working hard, and you're gonna find be successful for sure.
You look at this year that you guys just finished, obviously getting to the state Final Four, a very big accomplishment. When you look at this year, you're looking back, you're thinking throughout your career, and you look back on this year, what's one thing you're going to remember specifically from this season?
Man, definitely the relationships with the guys, some so important with the team, and just so I know it's going to be such a memorable experience. Just the relationships I built with all the guys and stuff, just really is something so important to a good team. And having a good team is having that relationship with your brothers.
Awesome. Thank you very
So
much, Addy. We
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Yep.
So again, we're talking with Addy G'Bye. Also, you just heard from JD a couple moments ago. You are watching the Coaches Show, the men's basketball program, an excellent program. These two guys have been fantastic for this Fullerton College men's program, leading them to the playoffs in back-to-back years, and you can see exactly why, not only from their highlight tape, but just being able to talk to them. So we want to thank both JD and Addy for joining us here on the Coaches Show. Caleb, you see the emotion from both these two guys. This program means a
Absolutely.
lot to them.
Yeah, you look at the responses from both of them, all of them very well thought out, and you can tell that both being here and just basketball in general means a lot to both of them.
Coach Perry Webster, Marshall Johnson, Devin Uglin, all three of them making sure that these student athletes have the best place to play to be able to showcase their talent and also continue their educational careers. Caleb, you look at this men's basketball program, of course, they didn't end up getting that final ring that they wanted in the final game of the season.
Yeah.
However, you can take a lot of success from this season and look at it overall and say, you know what? This is a program that continues to be elite.
Yeah, you can't look at a season where you're second in the state, one game away from being state championships, and say this was a disappointing season. This was a great season for all the players individually and as a team, as well as the coaching staff. And obviously, you have outstanding freshmen coming in and staying to continue on next season. And I wouldn't be shocked if they make another run next year.
So Fullerton College, the two guys that you saw just a few moments ago, JD and Addy, both getting first conference selections, a Defensive Player of the Year award to their credits. They will leave Fullerton College as some of the best players in this program's history. That's going to do it for the Coaches Show this week. Don't forget, if you want to listen to the entirety of these interviews, you can check out our Spotify, listen to each of these two interviews at their full length. For Caleb Ramos, I'm Ryan Osborne, thanking you for joining us. You've been watching the Coaches Show on Hornet Radio.